welcome to your online lesson of this week, which is the week starting the 14th of September. So if you've missed this week's lesson, you'll need to watch this video to catch up on what we did. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at notes on the keyboard. Let's just get straight into it. So the objectives are going to be to learn the musical alphabet, which is between letters A and G. Learn where to find those notes on the keyboard, so that when you are beginning to read music, you'll be able to find the notes off the sheet of music and play them on the keyboard. And lastly, we're going to look at the black keys and learn that they are the sharps and the flats. Okay, so we don't just have A, B, C, D notes, we also have A sharp or C sharp or something like that. So we're going to learn about the black keys as well. Now, you won't have been assessed yet at Ryhells, but we'll assess things in this format. So at ES stands for at expected standard, and that is where we want all of you to be. So from this lesson, I want everybody to learn the names of all the white keys. For those who are achieving a little bit higher than that, so going to above expected standard, you're going to learn the names of all the white keys, but also which notes are the sharps as well, which are those black keys. And finally, for the mastery students, which is MS, you're going to learn the names of all the white keys, the sharps and the flats, okay, which are both the black keys. So all the white keys, which are what are called natural notes, and the sharps and flats are the black keys. Okay, so the musical alphabet. The musical alphabet is between A and G, okay? It is only between those letters, okay? We do not go beyond that. A, B, C, D, E, F and G are the notes, and they're all the white keys. These are the notes available to all Western instruments except some percussion. So drums do not play notes. So drums do not read A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They play rhythms and they play in the beats. So all the other Western instruments, and what we mean by Western is that's an old term because it was mainly Western Europe that was using particular instruments. So you'll hear me use a phrase like Western music a lot, but it doesn't just mean Western Europe anymore. You've got to think that England, which is a part of Western Europe, also colonized America and also colonized Australia. So those countries also, among others, will also use this way of reading music and using these notes. Okay, so that includes things like the guitar, the piano, and your orchestral instruments as well, like the flute, the trumpet, the violin, the cello. All of these instruments read the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, there is no H note. Okay, it stops at G. But when you get past G, okay, you start at A again. Okay, so A, B, C, D, F, G, and back at A again. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is this video link will be in the description of this assignment. So go back to Google Classroom and watch this video. Okay, pause the video that you're currently watching of me talking and watch the YouTube video. Okay, this video will teach you where C is on the keyboard, and it's quite a catchy song, and it's meant to be what's called an earworm that gets in your head and sticks in there so that you always remember where C is on the keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to let you pause this video now and you can watch that and then come back to the video. Okay, so you've watched the video and you should now be confident where C is on the keyboard. It's to the left of the two black keys. So I'm now going to demonstrate on the keyboard where all the notes are. So we're now going to cut to me playing the piano, or just pointing out where every single note is on the keyboard. So once you've after that video, we'll come back and we'll start the tasks. Okay, so you should have watched that video and you should be very clear about where to find C on the keyboard. Now, from that video, you will have learned that C is to the left of the two black keys. What you'll notice about a keyboard is that it's got two black keys, then a gap, then three black keys, and another gap. Back to the two black keys, and a gap, three black keys, and a gap. So it repeats, okay? And we start with the note C, and we go up the alphabet. C, D, E, F, G. And if you remember from what I said earlier, once we get to G, we start over at the beginning of the alphabet. A, B, C. Okay? And the reason we're starting on C is so that because we've learnt where C is, because it's to the left of the two black keys. So the two black keys are here, go left, and we've got our C. Okay? Two black keys here, go left, It's a C as well. So you'll notice the two C's sound nice together. Okay. So all the other notes just go up the alphabet. I'll repeat that again. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So your first task is to write the C's on a blank keyboard sheet. Now, if you're at home, you do not have the keyboard sheet that I will have given out in class, so you'll need to make your own. I'm now going to demonstrate how to make your own. So all you need is a piece of paper, a pencil and a ruler, and you can create your own keyboard sheet. Okay, so once you've created it, come back to the video and we'll do the tasks. Okay, so I'm now going to demonstrate how to make your own worksheet. It will only take 5 minutes maximum, and all you need is a piece of paper, a pencil and a ruler. Okay, so first of all we're going to draw a line of 24 centimeters long. And then we're going to mark out every 3 centimeters, as that will be a key. It doesn't really matter how high you make this. I recommend doing it about 10 centimeters will be fine. So you can draw 10 centimeter lines coming up. Okay, measure your 3 centimeters across the top. And you can join those up. And hopefully you've got 8 straight piano keys. So then we need to put in our black keys. Alright, we're going to have these in between the first 2 keys. So you can, I'll just do this by eye. You don't necessarily need to worry about how wide they are. Okay, we also need, so you can shade that in black. Okay, and then you're going to need another one in between the next 2 keys. Now you can spend a lot more time on yours than myself, but I'm just showing you where the black keys need to be. So you've got 2 in, so if you've watched the video carefully and you know we've got C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. There was no E sharp, okay, so we missed that one out. So we skip to the next one, okay. And then if you've learnt the pattern, you'll remember there are the next 3 are black. The next 3 keys have black keys, so I'm just going to draw the line in for all of those now. Okay, and there will be half a black key on the end, so I'm just going to quickly just add that in. It's just half the black key. That's just to show that that's a C. So let's shade those in. And then add a title at the top. Notes of the keyboard. Underline your title. And you have your worksheet complete. And you can now add the notes on. Okay, so there's your worksheet, which you've handmade yourself. Once you've made it, once you've written the notes on in the right places, I'd like you to take a picture of the completed thing and upload it, attach it to this assignment and hand that in, okay? And if you've got any questions about doing that, please ask in the comments. So your first task on your keyboard sheet is to find all the C's and write them on. Okay, it says in the bottom circle, but on the sheet you've made at home, you will not have a circle at the bottom like the one that those in class get. So you can just write the letters of the notes straight on top of the keys. Okay, so first of all, write on the C's. If you need to pause the videos in between tasks, please do so. Right, once you've written all the C's on, then you can press play again. So you've written all of the C's on the keyboard, okay, on your keyboard sheet. Okay, now using your knowledge of the musical alphabet, complete the remaining white keys. Fill in the gaps. Remember, you are just going up the alphabet, except when you go to G and you repeat again from A. If you need to rewind this video to watch again where the notes were from the video of me playing it, then do so and try to remember where they are. So again, pause the video, and once you've got all the white keys written on, you can then press play again. So we've learned all the notes, all the white notes on the keyboard. We're now going to look at the black keys, okay? Now the black keys have two names, okay? And the word for this is enharmonic. I'm now going to demonstrate with, again on the keyboard, what the black notes are called and how to work out the sharps and the flats from them. We're now going to look at what the black notes are as well, okay? So if you notice, so we've got these two black keys here, and we know C's to the left. If I'm going right and going up to this note here, that's a C sharp. So you notice this is our C, and if I go up to the note, up to the black note, it sharpens that C. Okay, so it makes that C a C sharp. So that there is C sharp. Okay, this one here, okay, D's to the left of it, so this one is D sharp. Okay, because this is C, C sharp, D, D sharp. Okay, so the sharp is always a note that is raised. Okay, so I'm going from D, I'm raising that to a little bit higher, and that makes that D sharp. You'll notice there is no E sharp, okay? There's no black key in between here. Okay, so that goes straight from E to F. Okay, we have got a sharp here, F sharp. Okay, F, F sharp, G, we've got G sharp. Okay, A, and then the very last of the sharps is A sharp. And then we've got B, no B sharp, there's no black key in between B and C. So we'll go straight from B to then C. So all together we've got C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and back to C. Okay? So where are the flats? The flats are when we flatten a note, it gets lower. Okay, so I'm going to work backwards through that, but then I'm going to flatten them. So this here is B. So we've got our C. There's no note in between C and B, so that just goes straight to B. But B, if I go down from B, that makes that B flat. Okay, so that note there is A sharp, because that's A, so it's A sharp, but it's also B flat. Okay, so the black keys have two names, and that's what we call enharmonic. Okay, enharmonic. A note that has two names, all right, and all the black keys have two names. So if I'm going down, if this is A, okay, this is A flat. This is G, this is G flat. Okay, so I've gone to the black note to the left of G. Okay, then I've got F and E. There is no black note in between those, so there is no F flat. Once I get to E, go to the black note to the left. That's E flat. Then I've got D. So this note here is D flat. And back to C. So all together, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, D flat, and C. Okay. So now we know what the black keys are, and we know they have two names, the sharp and the flat sign. You can now add this to your sheet. Okay, so if you've coloured the black keys in, all right, just write it above the black key, okay, or do an arrow to the black key you are talking about. Each one has two names. The first task is to put on all the sharps, okay. So remember, this is going, you're finding the white note and you go up to the black note, up and right, okay, so it's like a diagonal towards the right, going up. That'll be a sharp from that note, okay. So if you are on the C note, you move right, okay, and move up. Those keys are your sharps. Okay, so that first one would be C sharp. Okay, add in all the sharps now, and when you have pause the video to do this, and once you've completed all the sharps, then press play again to do your final task. So the final task is to add in the flats. Okay, so this is going backwards like I demonstrated on the keyboard. If you need to watch those videos again, please do so. It will help it solidify it and make it more memorable for you. So fill in the flats now. So the reference point to this is the note to the right. Okay, so that first one where we said it was C sharp before, well, the next note above C is D. Okay, so if I go left from D and up to the black key, going left, then that will be D flat. So the same key is C sharp and D flat. Okay, and remember the word for that is enharmonic. Okay, complete this and then press play. Pause the video to complete this and then press play when you are finished. So congratulations, you have finished the task. The written tasks for today. Hopefully you have learned where all the notes are. Unfortunately, we can't play the instruments, nor can we at school at the moment, due to the current not being allowed to share equipment. So you're not missing out on any of the practical side of things. Normally, we would practice this on the keyboard and practice learning where the notes are. Don't worry, that we'll pick up with all of that later on when we're allowed to share equipment. And let's move on to the final thing. So what I want you to think about now is list as many reasons as you can as why you think it is important to learn where the notes are on the keyboard. Okay, so I've given you an example. Okay, when I learn how to read written music, I know where to find the notes on the keyboard. Okay, that'll be beneficial so that when I do give you written music to learn, you'll be able to go, right, well, I know that's a C on the stave. I know what I'm looking at to C, and I know where that C is on the keyboard. So now I can read music, okay? And that is what we are aiming to do in the next few weeks, okay? In the next 2 or 3 weeks, we are looking for you to be able to read music and apply that to the keyboard. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for completing the work. And please, if you've got any questions at all, just add them into the comment section. And I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, thanks again.